What's up, you guys? My name is Asher, and today is my 4 months on testosterone. I wanted to do a quick update video for you guys, and then I actually have a wonderful special treat. This is my mother. Her name is Vicky. Hello. I love her a lot. She's great. So I'm going to tell you guys the changes that I've seen in the past month, and then I'm going to talk to her a little bit about some of her side of things and what she's seen or experienced during this. So just to briefly talk about my voice first, I don't think it's actually dropped that much more, but it has filled out a little bit more. So it's got more of the rounder masculine tone as opposed to the pitch changing. I haven't really noticed a lot of change in my singing voice in that some of the higher stuff is a little harder to access, but I think a lot of that is more technique than it is actually my voice changing. I am starting to get a little bit hairier. My
a little bit.
My leg and underarm hair is thicker. I think I've actually seen my eyebrows thickening a little bit, but I'm also starting to notice a little bit of darkening of hair on like my stomach. So that'll be fun. My body is broadened out a little bit. I guess it's kind of hard to tell in this looser shirt, but I've had several people tell me that my shoulders look a bit broader and that I look like I've filled out a little bit more. I've had an easier time building some muscle mass, where it sort of feels like as soon as I try to do any sort of exercise, I just get immediate results, which is excellent. If I, you know,
nice.
It would be wonderful if I had more motivation and got things done ever.
You're busy.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I think my face shape has changed a little bit. I think it's gotten a little, I think it's a little less round. It hasn't totally changed. I mean, I don't think the bone structure is changing so much as maybe the distribution of weight in my face is changing. And then I am sweaty all the time. It doesn't matter what temperature it is, or how long I've been outside, or if I'm inside. I just sweat all the time. It's an experience. I'm becoming my dad.
You might be.
It's fine. Everything's fine. So that's
They might not have wanted to know that.
It's fine. They can. It's cool.
Fine.
So that's actually pretty much all that I've seen in the past month. I had a pretty big change between months 2 and 3. And so now between 3 and 4, I haven't seen as much noticeable change. So that's all that I've got for that. Are you ready to answer some questions?
I suppose so.
Okay. So I first wanted to ask you, over the course of my transition, not just the last month, but the 4 months that I've been on T, what has been the most noticeable changes for you?
So I think physically the most noticeable changes are your voice is definitely lower. Like I was telling you earlier, I looked at you the one day a few weeks ago and looked at your legs and went, good Lord, there's a lot of hair on those legs. So I think it's either more of it, or it's become, you know, thicker or coarser or something, but that part is very noticeable. I don't notice the broadening quite so much, like I told you, but that might just be, you know, that kind of big shirt that you're wearing. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What have been the most surprising changes for you to see?
I think that I wasn't sure what to expect with your voice changing. I think I obviously knew that it was going to get lower, but I think I expected you to just sound like a whole different person. But I found it kind of interesting, and for me it's been just kind of nice that you still sound like you. Your voice still has the same tone, it still has the same quality, it's just lower, but you still sound like you.
Okay.
You know, I was expecting your voice to change completely.
Make me sound like my brother or something.
Oh, we don't want that.
Gross.
Okay.
That's fine. Are there any things that you were expecting to happen or changes that you were expecting to see that haven't happened?
I don't think so. I think I had a reasonably good idea what to expect. I think that this isn't exactly answering the question, but I think that your voice has dropped more quickly than I expected, and maybe more quickly than you expected. I thought it would be much more gradual.
Yeah, me too.
But it's been a fast change. But otherwise, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. My voice did drop faster than I actually intended for it to. I'm on the standard dose for trans guys is 0.4 milliliters, and I'm on 0.25. So I sort of intended to slow things down and for that to happen a lot more slowly, and it pretty much happened overnight.
Was there any concern about it happening so quickly with your doc?
My doctor wasn't concerned. Okay. I was.
Right.
That gave me a lot of anxiety for a few weeks until I figured out how to use it again, especially with singing. I wasn't so much worried about talking. But it felt for a little bit like I didn't know how to sing anymore. So once I figured that out, then it was fine. But my doctor was like, it's just gonna, do what you want. It's fine. I'm not worried. If you want to down your dosage to slow it down, down your dosage.
Okay. Good.
But no, she wasn't worried about it.
Good.
So what are you or have you been the most afraid of or nervous about with my transition on testosterone?
And we're talking not necessarily musically, but just in general.
In general.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So I and you know this, I think I was mostly worried that you would get partway into this process and then maybe change your mind, or that there would be things down the road that you experience that, or you get partway into it and then go, oh, I didn't think about this. And yeah, I know we talked about this some, what you were doing some your counseling before you started your treatments. And so I think just as a parent, I think you can't help but worry with a big change like this that you're going to get partway into it and then be sorry for some reason.
Yeah.
So that was, as a parent, that was my biggest worry.
Yeah. And actually, there have been bits and pieces of that have been real, in the sense of with my anxiety and with being in the middle of puberty and that making anxiety worse.
Yeah.
I've definitely had moments where my gender is presented to me in a more femme way than it typically does, and that'll it used to give me panic attacks. It did that for a month or so, and then I was like, well, I mean, most of the time I'm happier, so you gotta weigh out the odds. And really, it's not that I'm unhappy, but I'm afraid that I won't be.
Yeah.
So I think some of that's also I don't know how I'm gonna feel in 50 years.
Yeah. True.
Whether I'm on testosterone or not, who I am when I'm in my 60s or 70s, I have no way of knowing.
You don't.
So.
You don't. That's true.
Okay.
You can just do what seems best at the time.
So then I want to know, what have you seen as both the most positive and the most negative changes during my transition?
I don't think there have been a lot of negatives. I will say, I'm going to do the negative first, in case I cry when I talk about positive.
Oh,
because I didn't bring my sunglasses up. I can't. My reading glasses don't work. That would be okay. Negatively, I would say that I miss your voice the way it was. I miss your singing voice the way it was. It's not that it's not beautiful now, but I just love the quality that it had before you started the treatments. And so I'm a little sad about that. I mean, we have recordings and all that kind of stuff, but just, I struggled a little bit with, at your last show, with knowing that, it wasn't ever going to really sound like that again.
I remember that. Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean,
you're singing and I'm right here crying.
I was like, oh, shit, I messed up.
I know. It's so good when people
said
cry
anything
in your shows. It's not the goal. Anyway, as far as positives, and your dad and I, in fact, were talking about this yesterday. I think the most positive thing for me, hands down, is seeing how happy you are. You are clearly, visibly, oh God, I'm tearing up already. You are clearly, visibly just so much, I think you're so much happier and so much comfortable with yourself and than you were before you started the treatments. I can really see it. I don't know if you can see it, but I can really see it. And your dad, I think, agrees with me. It's really heartwarming, and it relieves a lot of my anxieties about this. just seeing how thrilled you are. So
happy wiggle. Happy wiggle.
That hands down is, you know, and again, that relieves some of my anxieties about the whole process, seeing, you know, how happy it makes me happy.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I don't think so.
Any advice you want to give to parents of other trans kids for the, like, 4 people who might watch this?
Oh, gosh.
I'm putting you on the spot.
You are putting me on the spot. It's advice for trans kids.
Or parents of trans kids.
Or parents of trans kids. I think Ash has been very wonderful about answering questions and talking with me about things I don't understand. He cuts me a lot of slack if I slip up and, you know, use the wrong pronoun sometimes or accidentally.
This happened like 10 minutes ago.
We had to start this again because after all this time, I still accidentally messed up. Yeah, I think keeping the lines of communication open as much as possible, I think, is really important. Off and on when I can, when I'm not stuck at work, I've been going to this support group for parents and caregivers of LGBTQ children, and that's been really great to be in a group of people who are going through the same thing and hearing their perspectives, and we all talk about stuff. Everybody's kind of, you know, in a different place, and so that for me has been really good. The biggest thing I would say is, maybe I'm getting on a soapbox here, but, you know, regardless of whether you feel like this is a choice that you would make for yourself, you know, it's your kid. So what can you do but support your kid? You know, and it breaks my heart when I hear stories about parents who don't want to have a relationship with their kid anymore because their kid is trans or their kid has decided to undergo transition or something like that. You know, it's still your kid and wonderful human being regardless, you know, he, she, they, or what have you. So
yeah, I appreciate that you didn't do that. That was nice.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to remember that you'll pick my nursing home one of these days. Be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay. Well, thank you.
That's fun. Are you gonna sing? Oh, you're not gonna sing right now.
I'll put up a video later today with a singing update. I haven't figured out what song I'm playing yet, but I'll pick something and I'll put it up. So that'll be uploaded later today so that you guys can see that.
Can you talk about your shows that are coming up or not on here?
I can. I am playing a house show on June the 30th. I'm waiting on some promo info for that, but as soon as I get that, I will put that up on my Facebook page. And then I'm going to be playing a show with a few other people at School Kids Records in Raleigh on July 27th at 8 p.m. And I'm really excited for that one. This will be one of the first few times that I've actually gotten to play in Raleigh, so I'm excited about getting to do that and getting to be over at School Kids. But cool. Unless you have anything else to say, I think that's everything.
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.